Okie dokie artichokes. So, today, just like every other day, has been so exciting. Anyway, this is what we're doing. I do at home dialysis. And once every 2 weeks, I have to place an order for my solution, which is the bags of fluid. Well, I order them from my cycler machine. There's two in a box. One weighs about as much as a 2 liter soda. So you got two of those, pretty heavy. Well, like an idiot, I did my order, and you can either do the 2 bags for the cycler, or you can do 6 smaller bags like this to do manually. Well, when I ordered, I thought I was ordering for the cycler, but no, I ordered the wrong ones. So now I get to do manual. This is how it works. You get 6 in a box. You have to do at least 4 a day. So how it works is the first thing you do is you drain fluid that's already in you. Then this bag will fill you full of the solution. Then you do what they call dwell. You dwell. So you sit for 3 hours. Then after 3 hours, you're going to drain the fluid out of you. Okay, so I'm going to show you how it's done just in case you know someone or you're just curious. So what I've done, I'm trying to get a good angle on this. So what I've done is, I'm not going to show you a lot. I don't know if you can see that, but it's always bandaged. But that's my port that, comes out of my stomach right here. And this cap has Benadryl in it, to keep it safe. So what you do is also, there's a little thing right here that you push up and down. Right now it's down, it's sealing, so no fluids come out. So what you do is you get one of your clamps that I have right here, this blue one, and you put it on what I call the fill bag. This is the fill bag. It's not, they tell you to do it, but it's not really necessary because you've got this flange or whatever it's called. One is right here, and the other one is on this. Now, this bag is supposed to be higher, but every time I tighten it, it just falls back down again. Big pain in my ass. Yeah, I said it. So what you do is you put your pinky through the hole on the fill and drain bag. You take your cap, and what I do is I loosen it. I don't take it all the way off because that leaves you open for infection. So I take it mostly off, I loosen it. Then what you do is you take your pinky, you pull that off, and as quick as you can, you put that on. Okay, so we're going to discard that. We'll just put it right there. So tighten it good. Then the next thing you're going to do is that flange that we were talking about. We are going to go ahead and pop it so you can hear it. I don't know if you heard that, but it snapped. So what my DaVita nurse Yvonne says is you go up, down, left, right, and around the world, like that. Okay, so we've got that part. And we're still have the clamp. So attached to this other one on the floor, let me go ahead and cover my stomach. This is your drain bag. And what you do, shiny side up, it doesn't matter. I don't know why they even bother saying it. It don't matter. You just take it, throw it on the floor. Flat on the floor. Okay, so we broke our flange, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to open up our line. So you just take it and you push it all the way up. And what that's going to do is it's going to start draining any fluid I have left over from my overnight into that bag. How do you know that you're done? Well, it stops. You can see that there's no more fluid coming out of your line. But I've been doing it for so long, I know it takes 15 to 20 minutes for it to drain. I might not get anything. So we're just going to wait and see what happens. Okay, so while we wait, let's tell stories. And yeah, I'm smoking. I've told you I figure I've given up everything. Pretty much smoking's all I got left. It's just is what it is. So, what's on your eye there, Virginia? Well, Wednesday I had my cataract surgery on my left eye, and you have to wear a shield So, you know, you don't rub your eye or anything, because if you do, you can loosen the lens and then you're screwed. So I either wear this or I have some really, dark sunglasses. The dark sunglasses I do wear if I'm going somewhere, like the doctor's appointment today, but when I'm at home, I prefer to wear the shield because I can see better. Those shades work really well, and it's dark. Well, the surgery went well. I had a follow-up visit yesterday, but here's the story. I don't think that's the right one out. It always does, because I talk and I don't smoke. Anyway, don't smoke, kids, it'll kill you. But I feel this way, I've got so much else going on. Either way I go, I go. So let's go happy, right? Food used to be my happy place, but I can't eat anything. So, anyway, Wednesday. Everything actually went well with Metro. I got there on time, and actually right on time. My appointment was at 9:10 a.m. So I get there, and I hear people talking. There's a man behind me, and he's complaining to someone that they're running behind 2 hours. I was like, what? They also, if y'all remember, ran behind the week before that for the right eye surgery because we did have flash floods. Well, there was no excuse for it on Wednesday. I don't know what the deal was. So the surgery goes well. Elias and Katie pick me up. We come home. I'm starving. I woke up at 2:30 in the morning and was afraid I was going to miss Metro, so I just stayed awake, which I need to stop doing that. So we get home. I guess it was about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and we make it to the front door. They open the front door, and we start talking about being hungry and food, and we all agreed that we would have Long John Silver's. So Katie says, Mom, do you want me to wheel you inside the house? And I said, no, it's a nice day, I'm gonna sit outside for a little bit. Well, the front door, it was open. So they leave, and I fell asleep with the door. I don't know how long they were gone, but when they got back, they're like, are you asleep? I was like, oh, crap. I fell asleep with the door open. The dog was coming in and out, I'm sure. I heard her a couple times, but you forget where you are, and I thought I was in bed. So we eat, and I go to bed, and I'm going to tell you what happened, why I fell asleep. So when I went the week before, the last time I was in the hospital was to get this port implanted. It wasn't really a big deal, but the time before that was my amputation. Well, I didn't realize that I was going to have a small anxiety attack on the first surgery. It was just like, oh my God, because I really didn't know that it was that kind of procedure where, they do the whole 9 yards like they were doing any other kind of surgery. I thought you get into a doctor's chair and maybe they lean you back and it's a quick procedure, but no, you had to do the whole 9 yards. The gown, taking off all your clothes, the gown, they put the heart monitor on because during one surgery a couple of years ago I had a mild heart attack. So they always put heart monitors on me. They do the whole 9 yards and give you the sedative. Now it's supposed to be just a local, but they put some, intravenously to relax you. So anyway, I used to have to go into what they call, before I lost my leg, at Southwest Memorial Hermann in Houston, they put me in a Barrick machine. A Barrick machine, if you don't know, is a chamber the length of your body, and it's made of glass and metal. So you can see everything. And it's like diving underwater. You go down real slow, your ears are popping, it's doing all that, but what it is it's pure oxygen, and it's supposed to help you heal. Well, I would panic a little bit. I don't consider myself claustrophobic, but I just, the knowing that, okay, so if something happens while you're in there, like let's say you have to throw up, because it can happen, it takes them 10 minutes to bring you back up. That's what they call it, because it's like diving. If you go up too fast, it'll really mess you up. So you have, you come back up real slow. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. So anyway, I started, not a major panic, but stressed. I was stressed about I didn't want to do it. I told the doctor I'm not doing it anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it. So he gave me Ativan, a prescription of Ativan, and I still have quite a few left. So what I did, and they're old, so I diagnosed myself, and I took 2 Ativan before I left for surgery. So I was calm. Even them being 2 hours late didn't really bother me. I was just kind of like, okay. And so the surgery went fine and everything, okay, so we're at home. I fall asleep. They get, Elise and Katie come home, we eat, I fall back asleep. I wake up at 6:30 and I'm like, oh shit, I need to call Metrolift to reserve a ride for the next day for my follow-up. Well, I call Metrolift and apparently they close at 5. I didn't know that. So I had to call Hope Ice Center the next morning, let them know, look, I screwed up. Okay. So then my appointment was today at 10:30. Metrolift called me at 9:12 a.m. with the usual recording saying, your ride is 10 minutes out, please be ready to travel. I was ready. I've been up since 6:30. The only thing I had to do was put my phone in my bag and I was ready to go. So I get outside and it's about 9:15 and I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. 30 minutes later, no one's come and got me. So I call, and I'm like, she's like, oh, did you want to book a ride for tomorrow? I'm like, no. I'm outside waiting on y'all, and I told her the story. I've been out here 30, 35 minutes. She said, well, let me look into that. Well, apparently, the driver overlooked me. So they had to give me another cab. My appointment was at 10:30. I got there at 10:45. Thank you, Metro. I did call Hope Ice and her and let them know, look, this is what's going on. They know I have Metrolift nightmares. So I get in there and everything, and Metrolift is supposed to pick me up at 11:15. And they got me through really quick. It was just, the follow-up to see how, things are healing and how good I can see. This eye is 20/25. This eye is 14/15. But it's going to get stronger. And y'all know that's the eye with the diabetic swelling. And I can see. I can't see fine print. Anything small, I still can't see that. So that's a hindrance because I've got a lot I need to do and I need to be able to read. So anyway, I'm outside. And I'm waiting for the phone call. And I keep waiting. I don't get the phone call. Now it's like 11:50. All right. 35 minutes late. So I go to call to find out what's up. And this is the first time it's ever happened. The phone was busy. I kept trying to call. It was busy. I finally got through. And, of course, the voice recording said, your wait time is 20 minutes for a representative. Usually it's a minute. I think the most I've ever held on was 3 minutes. So I knew something was going on. So I'm like, I'm not going to hang up. It was too hard to get through. So as I'm waiting, the phone does ring and it's the automated, your ride is 10 minutes out. Be ready to travel. Well, as usual, I'm always friggin' ready to travel. If they were as ready as I was, things would go much smoother. So I got picked up and the lady was really nice. There was another customer in the taxi, and I was so hungry, and she was calling Beck's Prime, that hamburger joint, and ordering something to eat there. Apparently she goes there so often she even has her own table, so they knew, and I'm starving, I'm just so hungry, and I start looking on my phone to order something. I thought, I've got stuff to make a Reuben sandwich at home. Y'all know I love my Reubens. So anyway, at about 1:20, we're driving down my street, and I see Elias leaving. And I'm like, where's he going? He doesn't leave for work until 2. Where the hell is he going? Now, I told him before I left that I was expecting a Baxter, my kidney stuff, delivery between noon and 2 o'clock. Well, thank God I got home when I did, because he left, and 10 minutes later, Baxter comes. Now, that's a pain in the ass, too, because I got to put the dog up, and I mean, delivery people who are afraid of dogs bewilders me. These are big-ass grown men, and you're afraid of my dog. So I had to put her up, which is, okay. Well, I bought her as a treat these things. It's called turkey bites. It's like beef jerky, but they're turkey bites. I had probably about 6 to 8 of them left. They were in a sandwich bag on top of the microwave. Well, that's how I get her to go into a room so I can shut the door, because you have to put your dog up, or Baxter will not deliver. I think they made that rule because of me, but that's a whole other story. Another story. So I go to the kitchen. They're supposed to be on the microwave. I just saw them yesterday, so I knew they were there. I can't find them. Where the hell did they go? Somebody ate them. I don't know who. I mean, if I told Elias, hey, did you eat those turkey bites? And he says yes, I'm going to tell him they're dog treats just to mess with his head. Because he was not so nice to, he was up, and I was outside waiting for like an hour, and he came out a couple of times. Don't you know he could have taken me? He could have taken me. But do you think he offered? No. He would just come out there saying, still waiting? No, Elias, I'm picking corn. What does it look like I'm doing? That's not irritating at all. So anyway, I can't really rely on too many people. People are like, oh, you're so self-sufficient. You're so strong. I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. I mean, Katie helps me sometimes, but I don't want to burden her. She's my daughter, not my caregiver. And I can tell it's kind of getting to her. Not a lot, but I know that it irritates her, so I try to have everything, like at night when I hook up to the machine. I try to have everything in my water, an extra pack of cigarettes, maybe a snack in case I get hungry. I try to go to the bathroom before I hook up, because, with your kidney issues, a lot of people stop urinating altogether, but thankfully I still urinate about twice a day, so that's good. So a quick story on the kidney stuff. I don't know if I told y'all, but I had an appointment over the phone with my nephrologist, Dr. Pandy, and my numbers were excellent. My potassium, my A1C, which is like, I call it the report card for your diabetes. It's like an overall picture of what your diabetes is doing, and mine used to be like between 11 and 13, which is extremely bad. And now I had it down to 7.7, which is excellent, and now it's at 8.3, which is still okay. But, I want to work on that, so that's not a problem. But I was talking to Dr. Pandy, and he asked me, so how's your YouTube channel going? And I told him, well, the eyes, the GoPro, can't figure it out. I know that man wants to be on my channel. And I'll let him. I don't care. He's a great doctor. He's there if I need him. So that's fine. It doesn't bother me to plug him. I mean, not that he needs the money if you see the way this man dresses. Wow. So anyway, that was the Metrolift horror story. They're always late. They're always they're always late picking me up. And they're always, to take me to my location. And then they're always early picking me up. It's really kind of screws me. So anyway, I'll show you what's going on. This is draining. Now this kind of worries me. This is supposed to be clear. That doesn't look clear. So that might be a sign of infection. Looks like I'm going to have to call my DaVita nurse. And right now I am cramping. Just a little bit. It's hurting. It cramps, for a woman, it's like having period cramps. Your uterus, the whole area down there right now is really kind of hurting. It's very uncomfortable, but this does have me concerned because it's not supposed to be this color. And the last thing I want is to be back in the hospital. So let's continue with our treatments and kind of see how it goes, because what's going to happen is, excuse me, since I'm doing manual drains, I'm going to have to do about 4 of these. But I'm not going to have time because, like I said, you have to dwell for 3 hours each time. So I might be able to do 3 of them. I don't know. It's 3 o'clock here. I still haven't filled. I put it at 6:30. I'm probably only going to be able to do 2. I'll just spend tomorrow doing them, but this does have me concerned. This is not the correct color. I could assume that the betadine from the cap gets in your line, like, over here, and it looks orangish red, and I see that there's none of that there. So when I drained, it may have possibly drained out the betadine that was left in here. So we're going to have to keep our eye out and see what happens. So this isn't going to have a lot of drain fluid, because last night I take one night off a week. I feel like I deserve it. It's too much work. I get tired and frustrated. So if I don't take a night off, if it's just continuous, it drives me crazy. I can't do it. So I took last night off. That might have, so that I might not have a lot to drain, because my body probably absorbed it. So let's talk about that. Right now my left leg is swollen. It has a lot of fluid in it, and I was hoping to use the red solutions, which are the highest. They'll remove the most fluid from you. It's 4.25, whatever that means. Your solution actually has sugar in it, but being diabetic, it doesn't hurt you. The sugar is such small particles. That's what is pulling the toxins out of your body. So anyway, that explains that, I guess, how that works. Yeah, so it looks like you can kind of look and see if there's any fluid still coming. It's kind of hard to tell, but we're just gonna give it a few more minutes, because we can always next time when we drain, we'll get more fluid out. Excuse me. I know this is rude, but I didn't have breakfast and I didn't have coffee. And then when I got home, I was good. Like I said, I was gonna make a Reuben sandwich, and I go into the kitchen, and someone, I'm not gonna mention any names, left it in a mess. And after I was done cleaning it, I was like, you know what? I don't even want to cook. I'll just have my regular croissant and coffee. I dip my croissant in my coffee. That's my breakfast. I'll worry about dinner later. So let's see here. I just want to show y'all kind of how this works. So the next thing we're going to do, let's say that we went ahead and drained it all. You are going to take your clamp. You're going to pinch it and take it off of this one, off of this tube. And you're going to put it on this tube. Did I do that right? Yeah. See, it is still draining. I can kind of see bubbles. But like I said, we're not going to worry about that right now, because I don't want y'all having to wait for me. I just want to show you how it works. And so you put it on your tube, the drain tube. And I, for some reason, am retarded. And okay, clicked. So we're good. Excuse me. So now what you do is you come to your fill bag, and we've got that flange, or whatever the hell it's called. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pop it, if it wants to. Did y'all hear that? I hope so. Anyway, so we go up, down, left, right, all around the world. And now it's starting to fill. This takes about 10 or 15 minutes to fill. It's not, the filling and the draining isn't what takes so long, it's the dwelling. So, anyway, that's how we do it. Now, what was I going to talk to y'all about? I told you about the Metro, I told you about my cataracts. I'm excited for this one. Wednesday, I have an appointment at the medical center, ear, nose, and throat. Get these polyps taken off. Praise the Lord, they take Medicare and Medicaid. My only concern is I have had them for so long, and my throat has been hurting a lot lately, and I'm concerned that it might be cancerous. I hope not. Let's knock on wood. Whenever you are about to have a procedure, excuse me, oh my God, that coffee is kicking my butt. Whenever you're having some type of procedure, especially with my history with hospitals and surgeries and stuff, you get a little nervous. And I was talking to my mom yesterday, and I said, what would I do if I found out it was cancerous, if the polyps were cancerous? And I told her, you know what, I'd leave it. I have a theory, and so does my mom, but I want y'all to think about this. People who have cancer, it seems like when they have surgery to remove it, it spreads. I feel like something about the oxygen or the air, when it hits it, it's like it makes it grow. My brother's ex-wife, Micklin, her sister, Vicky, just passed away about 3 years ago on Thanksgiving. And what started was, it started, I think in her throat was bothering her or whatever. And she went to the doctor and found out she had cancer on her tongue. So they had to cut out part of her tongue. And they thought everything was fine. Well, it spread down her throat, across her neck, and she died. So I am very weary about having any kind of cancer removed. I don't trust it. I feel like, you know, I'll just live with it. I'm just live with it until I die, because I don't want it to spread and be horrific. I don't know. Do you live longer if you don't have surgery? It's a good question. Everybody has their own theories on that. So I'm going to stick with what I feel comfortable with. But I am excited because, Wednesday I'll find out what's going on. Elias, I was telling Elias that I had an appointment on Wednesday for my polyps. And he was like, didn't you always sound like that? You've known me since 1993. I said, no, Elias. I didn't get polyps on my vocal cords till Katie was about 12 to 14 years old. That was 11 to 13 years ago, but Elias and I were not together back then. So he probably doesn't remember, but it was a gradual thing, the way that it happened. And if y'all know or not, I love to sing. I've always sung. I used to sing when I was little and irritate the hell out of my dad. I'd sing everything, jingles on TV, every song to the radio, to myself. It didn't matter. And my dad, he wasn't very supportive. He would say stuff like, who's singing, the radio or you? And I thought, well, both of us. I mean, why? Who said you couldn't? I didn't know there was a rule. But it didn't. I couldn't help it. It was natural to me just to sing. So I've also told y'all Journey was my group. So lately I've been listening to Journey again, and it just makes me want to sing that much more. I don't know if it's gonna bring me back to my genuine voice. I don't think that will, because they have been there so long. I'm sure that it's done some kind of damage. It has to have. I just ran over hold on. I ran over my tube. That happens a lot when you have to do manuals. So let me just move that out of the way. What's funny about the fill bag is it starts off real slow. And then you look down and it's like, boom, it's almost all gone. So I'm not going to bore y'all with this whole thing. I just kind of did it for anybody who was curious about it. So what's going to happen is it's going to finish filling me up. And then what we're going to do, I got it over here. This is one of the, this is where the cap comes in. So what you do is when you're all done filling, you're going to go ahead and close your line. You're going to close your port. You're going to close it by pushing the button back, although it's sliding it back. It rolls. So you do that, and then we're going to clamp off. I just clamp off the drain bag because it's the only thing that would leak. This fill bag is going to be empty. So when it's all said and done, I just take it and then I throw it in the sink. And the next time I get up to urinate or whatever, then I'll go ahead and clean it up. They say, hold it over the toilet and let it drain slowly. Yeah, like I've got a half an hour to stand there on a gimp leg? Not by me. I put mine in the sink. I take a pair of scissors that is meant just for the bags, and I cut it and I let it flow out. Then I just let it sit there and drain all the way until there's no fluid left, and then I'll throw it away. And I have a garbage bag right here. It's just for my dialysis stuff. It's recyclable paper and plastic only, and we do have a recycling trash bin. So I try to put my box. Well, Elias will take out the trash the majority of the time for me because the bags get really heavy. So that's how we do that. And then when we're done, we just put it back where it belongs, and you kind of, do like that, and then you tape it. So y'all get the general idea. But just for anybody who's curious, that's what it looks like. That's it. You can't really see it through my clothes. I mean, if you see right now, you can't really see it that well. This shirt is a little bit tight, tank top, but regular clothes, you can't see it. As a matter of fact, when I went to the hospital for the cataract surgery the first time, they ask you if you have any implants, and I told them yes, that I do PD at home. Well, they looked at me and they're like, we don't see it. Because if you do your dialysis in the clinic, your port is usually in your arm, like around here on either arm. So they didn't see it. And I said, no, I'm at home. I do it at home. And they're like, oh, well, can we see it? What side is it on? Mine is here. It's on the right. Yeah. Okay. But when you're in the hospital, they see so many things that you would usually be embarrassed about, but you have no choice. And after being in rehab and surgeries after surgery after surgery, I don't care. See me naked, I don't give a shit. You've seen it all before. I don't have anything to impress you. I don't even care if it's a male nurse. It doesn't bother me. I used to be like, no, I don't want a male nurse, because I was afraid they were going to judge me. And then I thought, who cares? Who cares? I probably, hopefully, won't see that person again. No big deal. And I have to admit, the male nurses I had at Southwest Memorial when I was there were really good. And I was thankful for that. So we are going to do some Instapot recipes. I want to do spaghetti with meat sauce, because that's really easy. And of course, there's my sister, like I said, still wants me to do the ribs. We missed a really good sale at H-E-B for Memorial Day, but I just didn't have the money to do it. And I also don't have a way to get there, y'all know, unless I do the Metrolift. And I need so many things right now that I would probably need 2 IKEA bags, and I definitely would not be able to carry them. So maybe I'll see on maybe Tuesday, Katie's first day off. I'll see if she'll go to H-E-B. We'll go together on the Metrolift. So, excuse my nose. I'm not, it just itches. It's this tape. It's like right there. Isn't it pretty? So Katie was informing me that a couple of her friends want to come down next May to visit. I'm really excited to meet them. And I was on the Metrolift, and the lady, the driver, was very talkative. I usually don't talk. I just want to get home. I don't want to socialize. I'm sorry. I just want to go home. So she was telling me, we were talking about, she said, did you know that downtown Houston had